Olá, estamos aqui para mais uma entrevista para o Agrishow Digital. Eu sou Ana Clara Faria e hoje eu vou conversar com a diretora executiva e fundadora da Agrihouse Foundation, que é uma ONG com sede em Gana que tem o objetivo de formular soluções para problemas encontrados no agronegócio. Eu estou aqui com a Alberta Akosa. So, Alberta, you've been making significant contributions to the agricultural sector in Ghana. Could you tell us a little bit more about what you've been doing with your foundation, what Agrihouse Foundation has been doing for Ghanaian agriculture?
Thank you. Basically, at Agrihouse Foundation, what we seek to do and what we've been doing for the past 5 to 6 years is to identify the gaps within the agricultural value chain. In Ghana, we are still at a growth stage when it comes to agricultural development, and it's important people get to appreciate the sector, and then it helps also to build a career path. Now we have challenges when it comes to market access and so many other areas. So basically, Agrihouse Foundation looks at identifying what the gaps are and try to provide the solution through the projects that we implement or embark on. For instance, we have the Agri Student Career Guidance and Mentorship Dialogue Bootcamp, and that seeks to support young people or beginner agribusinesses to appreciate the whole cycle of the value chain, and also it supports in changing mindsets that agriculture is business than a punishment. Because at a point, or like when we were growing up in school, we were punished through agriculture. So when I do something bad in quotes in class, I'm made to go and weed. So you find that there is a lower percentage of young people in agriculture. So with the boot camp, we bring students and beginner agribusinesses across the country together. We camp them for a week, and then we try to engage them through mentorship, coaching, capacity building, and then get them to bring their ideas within the agribusiness, and then we support them with seed capitals or inputs to establish their businesses. And this has been running for the past 5 years, and we are happy that we've been able to set up businesses for young people within the technological sector, within processing and marketing, and so many more. And then also we have the Women in Food and Agri Leadership Training Forum and the Gold in the Soil Awards. Okay, so this was also an intervention or a project that was also developed to support women, give women a voice in agriculture, be able to build a data of women in the sector, and most importantly, to support them to form cooperatives at the regional level, because and then we also support them through training, and then give them inputs. One of the key challenge with women farmers is the issue with transportation. So during harvesting, they may either have to walk along like many miles from their farm to the market. So we try to support them with tricycles, and then we also get to the farm and then educate them, just train them on how to more of best practices, how to use a particular seed, how to use a particular maybe combined harvester, planter, or thresher. So this helps them to improve upon their farm activities, and then it also speeds up their work more, like, so they tend to stay on the farm shorter than long hours. And then with this project, most of the women are into processing. So with this project, we've been able to support women, we've been able to link them up to markets both locally and internationally. And then, like I mentioned, during the COVID, one of the biggest issues that was faced by Ghanaian women is markets. And especially for the processors, because there was basically a gap when it comes to transportation, no movement. So we created the monthly Agri-Woman Marketplace, and with this, we support women farmers, women processors. We create more of a community market for women. So we give them free exhibition spaces, tables and chairs, and then we promote it within the community so that people can come and buy from the women. And then we also have the One Household, One Garden project. This project we started off also because during the COVID, there were a lot of scarcity in buying vegetables. There was panic buying. You go out and then you want to buy everything, or there's nothing to buy on the shelves. So we we initiated the One Household, One Garden, where, for instance, we come to your home and then we support you to set up a vegetable garden behind your house. And basically we were giving tomato seeds, pepper seeds, garden eggs, okra to women and to households, so they're able to grow their own food. And we are happy that project is still living on. We've been able to drive a national advocacy for people to embrace home gardening. So that is one positive thing that COVID taught us. And then we also have the pre-harvest event, which is more of a market linkage platform in Ghana. It's not big like Agrishow, but it's actually big within our market. And what we do is to link farmers to buyers, basically. In Ghana, we had a lot of, and we are still actually facing a lot of post-harvest losses. And so soon as the farmers prepare to harvest, we try to identify buyers, individual buyers, corporate buyers, and we do this matchmaking, and then they're able to sign contracts and seal deals, and they continue. Then one of the projects that we have, which is a bit challenging, is the livestock, poultry and fisheries training and trade show. I don't know whether it's the same thing in Brazil, but in Ghana, you have more crop farmers than the livestock farmers or those within the animal agriculture value chain. So what we tended to do was to basically drive an awareness for people to appreciate the business opportunities within the animal agriculture value chain. So what we do every year, we create the platform, we train people to go into, for instance, rabbit farming, poultry farming, cattle farming. I'm a cattle farmer myself, so we do a bit of cattle farming, goat farming, like goat rearing, and so many. And this intervention started about 4 years ago, and in total we've been able to train over 3,000 people who are basically doing well within the space. So basically that is all about Agrihouse. I don't know if I've left any of the projects out, but we try to identify the gaps, and that's why we have various interventions targeting different groups.
So women empowerment is a very strong cause you defend in Agrihouse Foundation. What is your main motivation behind this cause?
Women, I personally believe, and Agrihouse believe, that women are multipliers. If you give a woman an egg, she gives you a baby. So we tend to multiply. But more often than not, we are marginalized. And it happens within every sector, including agriculture. And so as a woman who is very passionate about seeing other women develop and grow, we've made women empowerment a key driver at Agrihouse Foundation. And basically what we seek to do is to give women a voice in the agri sector. It's for others to believe that women are driving the agricultural sector. So basically, that is why we seek to drive the agenda when it comes to women empowerment at Agrihouse Foundation.
And how can Agrishow help you advance these projects?
I think Agrishow is what Ghana needs to drive change, to drive perception, and for people to appreciate the bigger picture when it comes to agri-technology. It's a platform for sharing and a platform for learning, and most importantly, for making deals and networking. And at Agrihouse Foundation, we'll be very excited if Agrishow will consider having a special, developing a special project and having a pavilion for Ghanaian Agri-tech startups and women. And I believe it will go a long way to influence growth and perception and driving agriculture to a different level.
As an executive and a cattle farmer, what are the main challenges, in your opinion, for improving food security?
There are many ways that food security can be improved. And one, basically, especially using Ghana as a case study, is having appropriate technology, machinery, and equipment within our locality. I believe more often than not, some of the equipment or machines that our farmers use are possibly more advanced than needed. And so we are not able to use it effectively and efficiently. And sometimes it leads to losses. And that is one of the reasons why we are very excited to be at Agrishow this year. It is important we look at appropriate technology that our farmers, be it smallholder farmers or commercial farmers, can use on their farms to enhance productivity.
Great. And Alberta, could you tell just a little bit more about your next projects for Agrihouse Foundation?
Okay, so our next project is the Women in Food and Agriculture Leadership Training Forum and the Gold in the Soil Awards. This year, every year we move it from region to region. So this year is going to the western region of Ghana, and like mentioned earlier, we seek to build capacity of women. We support them with basic inputs and machinery, like knapsacks for their farms, Wellington boots, tricycles, to enable them use them on their farms. And then we also train them and build their capacity in diverse means like record keeping, financial management, formation of cooperatives. We also tend to visit their farms and see what they are doing, advise them on how they could improve upon it. And then we also bring mentors together to have one-on-one mentorship sessions with them, basically to motivate, strengthen them, and empower them. Yeah.
Alberta, once again, thank you so much for your participation here. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you too for having me.
E nós encerramos por aqui mais uma entrevista para o Agrishow Digital. Mas lembrando que você sempre pode acessar o nosso canal de conteúdo. É só acessar digital.agrishow.com.br e ficar por dentro de todas as informações relevantes para o mundo do agronegócio. Até a próxima!